Greetings, family. Empress D in my favorite space. I hope everybody is well. It's incumbent upon you to give nature a try. And if you don't want to, I get it. But anyway, everybody's on their own path. Family, I wanted to talk today about this concept of being self-aware. Family, are you self-aware? Or do you even care, right? If you don't care, hey, maybe this video is not for you. But if you do care whether or not you're self-aware or perhaps want to become self-aware, this video is for you, family. So what does it mean to be self-aware? It's essentially being able to look at oneself honestly. And so the signs that you may be self-aware, I've got a few of them that have been inspired from various sources. Are firstly to be essentially to be able to have that awareness that you have thoughts. And the term for it is metacognition. Metacognition is the knowledge of the fact that we are separate from our thoughts, essentially, so that we are aware that we have thoughts, essentially. That's what metacognition is. And so in order to be self-aware, we have to be aware that we have thoughts, right? We have to be aware of that first. And apparently some people are not. And so that's one tool that we need, or if you do that, that's evidence that you are self-aware. Another sign that you may be self-aware is that you are able to articulate how you feel or your emotions. A lot of people don't even want to acknowledge they have emotions. That I've come across people like that. When you're self-aware, you are not only aware that you have emotions, but you're able to articulate them and communicate them and speak to how you're feeling. When you're, so that's the second thing. I'll go into detail at a later date. The third sign that you are self-aware is that you recognize the correlation between physical discomfort and your well-being. Like you recognize that physical discomfort, you acknowledge those things, right? You don't just disregard them. When you are self-aware, you recognize that, oh my gosh, when I feel dry, my face gets hot. Or when I am hungry, I get angry, so I get hangry, right? These are little things that you're self-aware about yourself, that indicate that you have self-awareness. You know these little body sensations that indicate certain things about how you're feeling, essentially. A fourth way to tell whether or not you are self-aware is that you have values and you live by them, right? You have a certain set of guidelines by which you live by that you don't, maybe you've kind of created for yourself, and you don't deviate from them for anything, right? You're not going to compromise those values, and when you have those values and you live by them, that's another sign that you may be self-aware. And lastly, it's about being accountable, right? Not only identifying something, but holding yourself to be evaluated by it, right? It's holding yourself accountable, saying, yes, I did good in this, or no, I didn't do well in this, or I need to improve in this. You'd be surprised how many people cannot do that, do not have the capacity, or maybe choose not to. It's too uncomfortable, right? And the truth of the matter is, it's that discomfort, that dry feeling, that that self-reflection draws out what makes people run away from it, right? And so I understand it. It doesn't serve you though. You're unable to grow and evolve until you can actually identify what there is to grow and evolve from. And if you don't do any identification, how are you supposed to evolve and grow? Right? You got to be able to identify what needs to evolve in order to evolve, family. If you don't think you need to evolve, you're perfect the way you are. None of us are, right, family? So anyway, that's my thoughts today on actual self-awareness. And I think that it's such a broad topic, and all of those 5 areas deserve its own kind of video. So I may consider doing a little series of self-awareness, right? It's a series on self-awareness. And I'll go into each of the different areas that actually show that you're self-aware and talk about how to get those areas going in your life, right? Starting with metacognition, right? Actually, and I'm thinking that we are humans, we can adapt to anything. If you're not already aware that you have thoughts, let's get there. Let's walk through how to get there, right? And again, I'm going to make the commitment to do a bit of a series on self-awareness, because I think it's such an important thing. We need to be self-aware right now. Without that self-awareness, nothing else, that's like the first thing that you need in order to evolve and grow. And so if we don't have that self-awareness, it's like a crippling something. You can't go past any further. You've got to achieve that self-awareness in order to move to the next level, right? So thank you, family, for taking the time to listen to this message. And I hope that you're really treating yourselves well. I hope that you're taking time out every day to do things that your future self will be like, oh my gosh, thank God you did that, right? So that's the whole point, right? Making sure that you're making choices today that are gonna serve you in the future. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message, family. I love and I value each and every one of you. Okay, one love.